Good evening, everybody. It's Monday night, which means it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We're also live across the world on hcr923fm.com/listen and via TuneIn. If you want to contact the show, do so via social media, Facebook or twitter.com/ttgw radio. We have email, radio@witnesswild.co.uk. We have the phone 01928 835 291 and text 07716 672 874. Start your message with TTGW or messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're all ready because it's time to go wild. Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to Time to Go Wild Radio here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM with yours truly, Carl, and my accompanying partner in crime for the evening, Andy Shutt. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Colin. Hi, all. How you doing? I'm on a long leash today because my wife's not with me, so could be fun.
Oh, this is going to be interesting tonight then. Well, yes, two of us are going to be bouncing off the walls with this evening, bringing you all a roundup of all the stuff been going on in the world of hockey over the last week, and of course the big weekend when the NIHL season actually kicked off in earnest.
Brilliant. For
your YKK Witnesswild, and what a game it was in the end.
It was fascinating. Considering Sheffield was such a short bench, I thought it'd be literally a skate over, but it wasn't, was it? It was absolutely edge of the seat sort of stuff.
Now, and with that in mind, I think I better do this. Yep, that time of the week again for your roundup of all your results across Champions Hockey League with British clubs, Elite Ice Hockey League, EIHL Women's Premier and NIHL Division 1 North 1 and 2. Starting off with Champions Hockey League results from Thursday. It was Red Bull Salzburg 4, Cardiff Devils 2. Moving to the weekend now with the Elite Ice Hockey League and the Challenge Cup. On Saturday, Guildford Flames 2, Coventry Blaze 1, Dundee Stars 2, Belfast Giants 4, Fife Flyers 5, Glasgow Clan 4 after a shootout. And on Sunday, Dundee Stars 2, Glasgow Clan 1, Coventry Blaze 3, Guildford Flames 2, Fife Flyers 1, Belfast Giants 3. To the league part of the EIHL. On Saturday, Sheffield Steelers 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Nottingham Panthers 2, Manchester Storm 1, Milton Keynes Lightning on Sunday, Milton Keynes Lightning 2, Sheffield Steelers 5, Manchester Storm 1, Nottingham Panthers 4. To the EIHA Women's Premier League, with that season that kicked off on Sunday. It was Chelmsford Cobras 6, Kingston Diamonds 0. Moving to NIHL Division 1 North, Morley. On Saturday, Telford Tigers D1 12, Whitley Warriors 6, Solway Sharks 2, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4, Sutton Sting 3, Hull Pirates 8. And on Sunday, Hull Pirates 10, Sutton Sting 0, Sheffield Steel Dogs 5, Telford Tigers D1 4 after overtime. Solihull Barons 11, Nottingham Lions 2. Moving to NIHL Division 2 North Laidler. On Saturday, Hull Jets 1, Altrincham Aces 2, Blackburn Hawks D2 3, Bradford Bulldogs 13, Coventry Blaze NIHL 5, Dragons 10. And the big one on Sunday, your YKK Witnesswild 4, Sheffield Senators 3. And that's the roundup of the results for the last week across the Champions Hockey League for British teams, EIHL, AIHA Women's Premier and NIHL Division 1 North and 2 North. Come back next week for more, but don't forget, there's plenty more to come here on Time to Go Wild Radio. managed to catch up with a couple of people after the match.
Time to go Wild Radio, catching up with Danny Bullock and Andy Turner. Well, Danny, Andy, just give us a few thoughts on that win.
Well, I think we definitely made it hard for ourselves, but we got there in the end, and it was a good first outing for the team.
It's always going to be a bit difficult first game of the season. You guys, everyone's still gelling together, but a win's a win at the end of the day, and gave a goal away at the end, but win's a win still. So we'll take it into next week.
You weren't here last week for the game against the Sting, so this is your first game actually in front of the crowd. I mean, as usual, good turnout.
It's always a good turnout. As we've always said, we've definitely got the best fans in the league and best support.
Yeah, definitely best rink in the team. Best rink in the league. Always good to come down and get in front of a wild crowd, and it really helps when they get behind you, especially when it's a close game that we made it towards the end.
I mean, it's going to be a good one. The next game's in Sheffield against the Senators, so it's second leg. Got a lot to take with it.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's we know a bit more what's happening now next week, so hopefully get straight in at them and not stop for the 60 minutes and get the points up there for going into Sunday.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that as well. It's a bit different for the Sheffield boys. There's always a bit more emotion in there, so it's nice to come out with a win against them.
Well, you're both looking forward to the season ahead, I assume.
Yeah, no, definitely looking forward to it. We're going to try and be around as much as possible and grind out that result.
Yeah, definitely interesting looking at the off season. Some of the teams and the guys have signed, but I think we've strengthened this team, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, I'll let you both get on, and we'll catch you again soon. Thanks.
Cheers, thanks.
It's time to go Wild Radio, and we're catching up with Coach Ollie Barron and Club Captain Simon Offord after the win as well. We're taking on the Sheffield Senators, guys. A good win to start the season off, I think.
2 points in it, Cole. I think first two periods were quite happy with him. I think the game last week against Sutton, I definitely weren't expecting a 9-2 scoreline. All right, they've improved. But in a way, I'm glad we got on end of an heavy defeat to try and rectify it this weekend. So we worked on a lot of things in training. There's still a lot of things to work on, but 2 points is 2 points. Much better performance I felt this week. I just feel as if we've got to be smarter, more disciplined in getting them calls, and learn how to see a game out when we go 4-2 up with a couple of minutes left and then concede a power play goal when they were short-handed, and then to give them another chance. It's just seeing them games out, but plenty to work on, much more to improve on. So looking forward to the season ahead.
Yeah, bit of extra fitness, I think, has come into play since last week. Would you say, Simon?
I think you took it to the wrong person there. Don't know about that. But it was always going to be tough. Sheffield was short bench, but when they got their sort of bit between the teeth, they pressed us hard and they gave us a good game. But I think main thing is we got 2 points. But like Ollie says, there's things to work on, and I think we'll only get better.
Well, next week we face them yet again, but in their barn. It's going to be a tough game as usual, but you know how each other are going to play.
Yeah, I think we've got a week off, and then I think we've got next weekend off, haven't we? And then we've got Sheffield-Bradford doubleheader. Again, Sheffield in their rink's a different game. The pad's so much bigger than playing over here. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be difficult, but we've got to be beating Sheffield. I think last year we dropped 6 points against them, and to be where we want to be this year, we're going to have to beat teams like that, because looking at the scores early on, I think every team's improved. It's a more competitive league again. So yeah, we'll be prepared for it. Working a few things Thursday, and then enjoy his weekend off and get ready for the double game week the week after.
Well, the game in Sheffield's a little bit of a shorter travel for a few of the guys. Does that hopefully benefit everyone?
Yeah, it's a weird one because most of our own games are like away games for us after travelling, but it's nice to play in Sheffield in a rink where we play quite a lot. So yeah, it's always good to go back.
Would you say that the fans played a big part in tonight's overall performance as well?
They always do. I want to turn our rink into a bit of a fortress, if you like. We'll scrap the Hive name and call it the Fortress, the Wild Fortress. Let's get that one trending well once. But yeah, we want to make this rink difficult for teams to come into and outwork and beat teams at home. That's what we're going to have to do. So yeah, they're always very good every week. So thanks again to all the fans.
So last couple of words, Simon. Looking forward to the season as it goes forward.
Yeah, I think we've got a good team. There's a couple of new players on pretty much every line, so like you'll see tonight, that's not going to drop straight away. Take a bit of time to gel, but like Cole said, fans are always great, and yeah, really looking forward to it. See what happens.
Last couple of words for the fans.
Thank you, Wild Ones. Keep supporting us, get behind us. We've got some new faces. Might take a couple of weeks to gel in, and hopefully bring you some more silverware. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you next at home. Let's get some away travellers to Sheffield and then take on the Bulldogs at his next home game.
Well, thanks for joining us, gents.
Cheers. Thank you.
So there you go. Oh, quite a interesting few words. It's shown that we've built on things from the previous week. And
Yeah.
still lots to
Still
to
positive.
some interesting lineups actually on the ice last night, weren't there?
Yeah, with Daniel Fay coming on into the first line.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite good, probably in pace of Pav with his speed.
And he didn't look out of place at all.
Not at all, no.
Absolutely not at all. I mean, and it was good to see a couple of extra people putting in on the score sheet. Of course, we had Michael Novak getting a goal.
Yeah, I've actually sponsored his warm-up shirt.
Yeah. And, of course, Jakub Hajek, he managed to get on the score sheet last night as well. Lee Kemp, nice goal from Lee last night.
Yeah,
that
coming
was
off,
very
coming out
nicely
the sin bin, yeah.
And don't forget, you will get to see all of those a little bit later on this evening, and basically within a wee while after I get home tonight when I do the upload. It was a busy evening, but we will have highlights a little bit later on online.
It's good to see the sponsors there as well, I think, last night. I know it's the first game of the season, they should be there, but it was nice for them to turn up.
Yes, very well represented from YKK, and of course we do thank all of our sponsors who help to keep the Wild going, and it's great to see such interest in the club.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just chatting before we came on air about the way in which the game went. We started off a really fast pace in the first period. I mean, the shots on goal in the first period just spoke volumes. It was 19-8. We shot them 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And second period was very, very even. In fact,
that was when I thought Sheffield was going to fold in the latter part of the second period, because they were short benched and one of their players had already played a game that day for the under-18s.
Oh, that was
number 13.
13 was it 13 or 38?
No, number 13. I
13.
Think, came to sin bin.
William Newcombe, was it?
Yeah, could be 38. I know they both came into the sin bin anyway.
Yeah.
Talking to them.
Well, both Newcombe and Solomon Smith, they both had really good games for them. But yet again, one of the talisman players for Sheffield being Nathan Parks-Britton.
Cracker. Got to watch him all the time, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, the last 5 years I've been watching hockey at this level, he's been an impact player. Every time we've played the Senators, he's an impact player. Him and Sean Wild. Steve Weeks, they're steadfast players for that team, and one of Nathan's goals was just gift for him. It was like Christmas and birthdays and anniversaries and everything all on one.
Well, Weeks is a bit like the ice, it's everything stands on him, so that's it.
So, but I mean, for our guys, you can really see the lines are starting to come together at last, and Chris G's looking as though he's never been away.
Yeah, it does. It's looking sharper as well. I always remember him a bit of a slow build-up man and looking for passes, and now he's sort of getting a lot sharper now.
If I'm not mistaken, and someone can put me right on this, I think they've changed Chris's position, because I think he was playing a lot more in defence last time he was with us, and now I think he's playing up front.
Yeah, that could be the change, because his speed has increased.
He does look a lot more comfortable up front. If you want to have a few comments said out on air, please get in touch with us. You can text directly to us on 07716 672 874. That's a direct number. Or if you want, you can drop us a message through the radio station's own text system. That's 60066. Start your message with HCR, and hopefully we will pick them up. If I haven't accidentally just closed a load of things, I've got to try and get the email open.
Lots of buttons and dials here, and sliders, I think they're called, actually.
Yeah, faders and whatnot. And there's 101 lights that I have to keep my eye on. But in the meantime, I think, should we have a little song? Now, you've come up with an interesting little ditty to open things up this evening. Yeah,
it won't be played on mainstream radio. I just find it one of these little songs, which you probably call a summer song, which you remember your son by, you sort of hear it in Ibiza or things like that. It's not an Ibiza song, by the way, so don't get your glow sticks out. It's just a nice, sweet song. The harmonies are fantastic in it, and a little bit of reggae, so it can't be bad.
And it's called?
Here we go. It's called Light Shine Bright by Toby Mac featuring Colin. Here we go.
It's the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. Well, a couple of newsy items that have cropped up in the last week. And the first two are courtesy of our friends of the IHA. And they're publishing, well, they've published online the rules of competition. So if you wish, you can download them and you can have a little read through. And we'll be discussing a couple of the new rules a little later on.
Yep.
So, yes, we've got that to come. And some new appointments within the structures of the EIHA. As a Level 1 officiating manager, Colin Davidson has been appointed. National Club Tournament manager, we have Steve Wardell. And Level 1 course manager, Tom Stevenson. So, that's great. If you want to find out a bit more about those guys, check out eiha.co.uk. And one of our last ones of a news-related item is regarding David Clarke, mainly of the Nottingham Panthers, but also of Peterborough Pirates, Guildford Flames, Milton Keynes Kings, Newcastle Jesters, and I think it's Alege HC in Italy. He started his career, his main professional career in 96-97 season at the Peterborough Pirates in the British National League. And worked his way through playing in the Ice Hockey Super League for both the Newcastle Jesters and the London Knights, and eventually settling with the Nottingham Panthers of the Elite Ice Hockey League from 2003 pretty much all the way through to the end of last season, the 17-18 season, apart from going over to Italy for the 07-08 season. And he's retired now, and he's getting the honour from the Nottingham Panthers of having his jersey retired to the number 5 of the Nottingham Panthers. Yeah. And I think I managed to heckle him once at a game because he was showing off. I'm trying to think, is he playing for, I think he was playing for Guildford at the time. And he was in Hull and he was showing off a little bit, showboating, and Ryan Lake comes along and made him look a bit silly. Just shouted down nicely in a way, you know. You throw a bit of banter at players, like, "Hey, Clarky, Ryan's made you look stupid." He turned round looking at, hello, and
then hit the puck at you.
Thankfully, no. But I mean, he's had a good career within within hockey, and also played international with GB. So it is an honour to have your jersey retired. And the first jersey retirement, of course, happened last season for your YKK Widnes Wild.
Greg Ruxton.
Yes.
64. Yeah. And he's sponsored now, so that's good.
Yes, he is. He is one of our numerous sponsors, and as we say, a big thank you to them every week. We are so grateful for their contributions and their support, and it's fantastic how everyone loves to keep involved with the Wild, and of course all the other teams, because we have. Well, I'll go through them a little bit later on about all of our sponsors. A little bit more about last night's game, shall we?
Yeah.
It was feisty at times. It did start to liven up. Niggles started to creep in. It did.
There was some hard tackles going in, which weren't exactly tackles. But I know one fella came in to the box and he was upset because it was totally accidental and he gets 2 minutes for it. But that's the name of the game. Going a bit over exuberant, and I'm not saying it's a needle match between both teams, but it is a competitive game, isn't it? All the seasons I've watched the Wild against Sheffield, it's always been competitive. And I suppose now with the Sheffield contingent coming over, there's extra needle there on behalf of the Sheffield sides.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, no love lost between on the ice, of course.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the love of ice hockey in many ways. There's no love lost on the ice. Off the ice, have a coffee, have a beer, have a laugh. Best of mates, a lot of them.
Yeah.
On the ice, it's hockey. It's
a different kettle of fish, which would please Pucker, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. And now we do apologise for Pucker's absence last night, but his management representative was required last night. Yes, he was back up on the bench. So, yes, we had to call on one of our young mascots to do the Chuck-a-Duck.
Chuck-a-Duck, yeah.
And actually, a big shout out to the efforts of the 50/50 sellers last night.
Yes, I'm quite happy about them selling that as well, because they managed to pick out my ticket, so that was quite good.
I forgot it was you.
Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't sleep on that. I was counting it.
It was a good takings once again on the 50/50.
Yeah, it was £129. So I gave 50 to my wife, and 60 is for the shirt I'm sponsoring for Michael Novak. So that's paid off quite well, and £9 for parking.
And your dedication again holds no bounds this evening, does it not?
Yes. I'll do the shout out first. I'd like to shout out to my beautiful stepdaughter Emma, who's 30 today, and she's probably not listening because they're all in a restaurant having a meal now, and I'm supposed to be there, but I'd said I'd come here first, so that's it. So yeah, cut me and I'll bleed. Not the wild, but I'll just bleed.
He bleeds black, gold, and black and gold for the wild.
Well, grey for the warm-up shirts.
And the grey, white, yeah. We've also had Andy Winchley, who was on with us last week. He said, "Can you give Andy a hug from me?" And says, "Nikki and Hannah, bro and sis." They did Tough Mudder at the weekend, and they had the tombola, of course, at the rink, and raised £220 for Halton Haven Hospice.
Oh, brilliant! That's a good charity as well.
Yes,
my mum
Hannah's
died
fundraising.
In Haven.
So that was all part of Hannah's fundraising activities. So, very big well done to them, and big thank you to everyone who took part in the tombola last night.
Keep it up, well done, Andy, on his Tough Mudder.
The poor so-and-so was sat in the bin at the end. He was manning the sim bin at the end, and I spoke to him during the second period break, and he looked like he was turning to stone. He said, "I'm stiffening up absolutely everywhere."
He was putting ice where you shouldn't, apparently.
Yeah, he said everything aches. It just aches, but... he sent me a link earlier of the video of the 2016 Tough Mudder, and I went, I think I need a body transplant after doing that.
Yeah. Well, I did contact him this morning and tell him well done, and we had a little sort of like Facebook chat amongst ourselves, and he's just suffering from the scratches, really, and apparently there's no way you can get out of them. I said maybe if he lost a bit more weight he wouldn't have to squeeze through some of the trials, but can't avoid it.
He's lost a fair bit as well.
He has.
But yeah, he said I think he tried to do it last year, and it really, really did him in. But this year
well, he wouldn't even manage to do it this year in his Peugeot, would he? Sorry, Andrew.
Oh, the pug. We don't talk about the pug at the moment.
No, we don't.
But people say about fitness levels, and everyone has different levels of fitness. And some of the lads last night, you could see a change in the fitness levels and the dedication. And I've been saying it year on year that I've been watching NIHL hockey, and because it's mainly focused around the Wild with D2, how much the league has improved across the board. And some of the scores I think from this weekend aren't really representative of the way the league's is going to pan out. Because Blackburn Hawks D2 are mainly built up of a lot of their more junior players now, but of course the Dragons from D side have sort of amalgamated their more veteran players and their senior players in with picking up some of the junior players as well now to rebuild the Dragons as a single entity. But I reckon it's going to be a tough race for the title this year.
Well, I think the fitness shows, Colin, in something you put up on Facebook a couple of weeks back about who scored the first goal for the Wild and who was it against, and the refreshments were cans of beer. So it's got a lot more. It's gone up a step professionally, where we are actually having non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah,
during the game, that is as well.
Oh, it has. I think. The experience on match night, people out there, if you want a match night experience and you're thinking, oh, do I really want to sit in a cold rink? Once the atmosphere gets going, it doesn't feel cold at all. Yeah,
I've been trying to get a lot of people from Widnes going. I succeeded because a few came down to the box last night and said, I'm so-and-so and I'm so-and-so from where you posted. I asked them to introduce themselves if they came. and there's about 5 or 6 did, so it's growing and people are enjoying it. And I keep trying to bang my head against the wall, telling them about how good it is. Widnes is a bit down now with the rugby team not doing very well and probably getting demoted. So I said, well, why don't you come and watch the Widnes Wild for £8? It's just a bargain. And it's a good sport. Most of those people came last night. There was lots of women as well. And they said, but we don't know the rules. I said, it doesn't matter, just enjoy yourselves. You can learn those as you go on.
Yeah, it took me a number of games when I first started watching. And to be honest, the one rule really you need to understand is the way the offside rule plays.
Yeah. I'd always watch the puck.
Watch the puck. Watch the puck, yeah. But the offside rule, and to be honest, I think in a way that's one of the easiest rules to understand the basic principle, because it's not like in football where there are, is the player in the position that can affect the... No, it's very simple. Has the puck crossed the line, the blue line, before the offending... Yeah. The player carrying, or the offence player, has crossed the blue line.
Yeah.
There are a few minor exceptions about how they're in control, but in essence, the puck crosses the blue line before the attacking team do. That's the simplest one. Once you understand that one, it's very... In fact, on that subject, I thought one of our goals was offside last night.
Yeah. I get the perspective view, but... Yeah.
It wasn't. I rewatched it, and it was very, very well taken.
Mm-hmm.
It was Lee Kemp's goal.
Lee Kemp, as he came on from the box.
Yeah. And I thought he'd gone over the blue line that little bit too quick. And no, he hadn't. So, yeah, watch the replay.
Well, that is the skill of Lee Kemp, isn't it? You've got to admit it. That's pure skill.
He's just massive.
He's a lovely lump, though.
He is a wonderful guy.
Fantastic with the kids as well.
Yes. And good evening to Matt. Yes, he's wondering what we were playing. Can you just remind us, what was the song again?
That was called Light Shine Bright by Toby Mac.
So there you go,
and
Matt.
Holland. Catchy, isn't it, Matt?
I don't think I've got Blasphemous Rumours, but I might fit that in on a Thursday show at some point. On the note of that, I think we'll take a little break and we'll go for a lucky dip. 1, 2, 3 or 4?
4.
You like this one. We're going to go for a little bit of prog on a breather. How about a little bit of Rush and Spirit of Radio? So, that time of the week where we do a quick refresh on the events and fixtures coming up over the next month. Andy, what's coming up?
Yeah. Hi there, puck pickers. On Saturday the 15th of September, we've got the Blackburn under-15s there at home to the Widnes under-15s, and the face-off is at 6:15 in the evening. Sunday the 6th of September, it's Widnes under-9s in a cross-ice competition. Obviously that's at Widnes, and the face-off is at 16:20. Also on the same day, Milton Keynes Falcons are playing the Widnes Wild Women. That's away for the Wild Women, and that's at 6:30 in the evening. Saturday 22nd of September, it's Sheffield Senators versus, guess who? YKK Widnes Wild. Face-off is at 19:15, so that's 7:15, a late one there. Sunday the 23rd, Widnes Wild are at home to the Bradford Bulldogs, who've got a 100% record so far, and they are top of the league with 2 wins out of 2. Face-off is as normal at 5:30 on the Sunday. Saturday 29th of September, D-side under-13s versus the Widnes under-13s. Widnes obviously away to D-side, and the face-off is at 4:45. And on the same day, 29th of September, Telford Tigers are at home to the Widnes Wild, and that face-off is at 7. So thank you very much for that. Love to see you all there. Any of the away fans, please go and try and give a cheer on to their women when they're playing at home.
And we'll be giving some details of the away travel very shortly.
And now on Time to Go Wild Radio, it is time to sit back and relax and enjoy Mike Marr's Monday Mantra.
Hopefully I'll get this one done a bit easier than last week. So yes, we have some words from our wondrous Mike Marr. And this is what he has to say this week. Last night's game was a great way to kick off the season. We coughed up a couple of silly goals, but I think that's expected this early in the season. The lines gelled well, and we worked hard for 60 minutes. Roll on the next game.
For more wise words on Mike Mar's Monday Mantra.
So it's that piece of music that I've been playing over the last season that signifies we're going to talk about a couple of rules, because there's been a couple of interesting little rule changes over the summer.
Haven't there? Yes. We fell foul of them, didn't we, in the first game? That's why the first game a lot of people have been saying about the referee was hard on the Widnes Wild. It's actually because a couple of new rules that have come in.
Yes. The first one is the late hit. And there's actually a couple of different types of penalty that can be given for that, and we've had both examples over the last couple of weeks for late hits.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
And is it 2 or 2 plus 10 for late?
2 or 2 plus 10.
And there's also been a 5+ game given out.
Yeah.
Yes. In the game between the Hull Jets and Altrincham Aces, a 5+ game was given out, if I'm not mistaken, for a late hit. So yeah.
So be careful.
So yes, they're taking the late hitting very serious this year. So yes, that's the first one. And the second one, which I hadn't realised had changed from previous years, which again is to do with, I could class it as a bit over the top hitting, is boarding.
Yeah.
And that's become what now, Andy?
It's 2 plus 10.
Yes, to 2 and 10.
Yeah.
So it's basically rated the same as a check from behind, as a basic penalty. So yeah, we had a couple of them as well recently.
So, again, players, bear that in mind.
So in many ways it's good that they're clamping down on the late hitting and that side of things, but what we don't want to see is it taking away from the physicality of the sport. It's still a physical, heavy-duty sport. Yeah.
No, I watched the actual rule on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and it does seem fair because they don't want you to stop going in, but obviously you can't go in 30 seconds later, can you? After the puck's gone.
I mean, I've seen it at times where a player has released the puck and the hit is completely and utterly avoidable.
Yeah.
And they've just gone bailing in on the player.
Yeah.
Because they want to, rather than...
Well, it's where you're taking a player out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Completely out of the game.
And it's caused some nasty injuries.
I've seen some nasty injuries in my time, and late tackles, even in football, can be pretty bad because you're not expecting them. And there's no way, when they're very, very late, you can't avoid them because you think you're safe.
It's a very, 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 very hard thing. I mean, you're one of those people that in your normal daily life helps put people back together, so to speak.
Yes. So I tell you what, lads, keep going for them. Come on, send them to me instead.
There you go. Well, we know we're in safe hands.
This just brings me to a quick point if I can make it, Colin. As I say, I sponsored Michael Novak's shirt, the warm-up shirt. So the same as it is with Greg, he gets free treatments from me. So,
oh well, there you go.
So don't all ask me to sponsor you next year, will you?
So there you go. That's one reason to get Andy Shutsweet on you. You get a little bonus in your shirt sponsorship. That's rather nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, in terms of our sponsors, I just need to do a little something first. But while I do that, there was if you want a comedy moment, pop onto our Facebook page, facebook.com/TTGW Radio, and there's a video posted on there today. Through these other sites that share little videos, and it's of players who failed at penalty shots, and it is so funny. It is just It'll just have you laughing.
Yeah.
It is just brilliant. It really does tickle as Ken Dodd would say, it tickles the old chuckle muscles for sure. It is.
It is a change from the usual ones, because normally you see the brilliant penalties taken, don't you? And it's nice to see some of the comic ones where they actually miss.
Oh, there's a couple of them where they just completely lose their footing and just goes. One guy almost does the splits. It's like goes straight barrel. Puck goes one way, his legs go between him. He goes barrel in straight into the goaltender. Oh, honestly, if you want a good chuckle, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/TTGW Radio. And of course, you can contact us through many means. There's Twitter and Facebook.com with TTGW Radio, or you can swap that for Widnes Wild if you want the club directly.
If you are a player watching these videos, please do not be inspired by them and attempt them, will you? Especially in any playoffs that we might get in.
Yes. I just don't want to go there. I mean, yes, I torture myself now every week with it being on the intro video. And of course, we may as well give a quick shout out to the sponsors. The ones I can see in front of me on our Widnes Wild website, widneswild.co.uk. We've got CL Woodworkings, Ruxton Electricals, DMH Tyres. We've got Betting Sites, Bonus, Sprakes and Son, and who's the other one?
Alicia's Nails.
That's yes, that was mentioned earlier. And of course our title sponsors YKK, who were there the weekend, and of course our charity, the Halton Haven Hospice.
Yeah. And as I say about YKK, if you can't buy clothes with a YKK zip, button it.
Very good. I like that one. Yes. Well, ironically, we've had our first game, and now we're going to have a break. But we're having a break from Wild Men, but we still have juniors. And this year we have an under-9s cross-ice tournament going on, which will feature teams from Widnes, I think sort of Manchester, Altrincham area, Deeside, Blackburn, I think, among the teams that will be taking part.
Basically Northwest teams, isn't it?
In that, there is an under-11s league, but we don't have a team in that one. There's an under-13s team, which will be taking part, and we have an under-15s team this year taking part in league fixtures. And, of course, we will be promoting them here on Time to Go Wild Radio throughout the season. And your first fix of that, if you're a bit stuck for some hockey this weekend, don't forget, as Andy said earlier, this Sunday at 4:20, the Widnes under-9s were involved in a cross-ice tournament, and believe me, if you haven't seen the under-9s play, you ain't seen nothing.
Yeah. Brutal.
You wind them up and they just keep going.
Yeah.
Energizer and Duracell and all your other batteries out there have got nothing on these kids.
I think they're solar powered.
I think they're powered by sugary, sweetie jelly thingies that have a certain trade name that I'm not going to say on the radio today.
Yeah, Jill likes those as well.
Yeah. But in our under-13s league, we also have Nottingham, Grimsby, Deeside and Blackburn. In the under-15s league, we have Nottingham, Deeside and Blackburn. And the under-9s, well, there's an array of teams across the country, but they're playing in different groupings. So I think ours features, where are we? I think we said, as I said, Deeside, Manchester, I'm not sure who else. Maybe I'm not sure. We'll confirm them when I get a chance. I'll need to know because I'll actually be at the game. But yes, it's going to be an exciting season, I think, across all of the hockey. And let's not forget, of course, the Widnes Wild women.
Yeah, and those young lads, they are up and coming possible wild players as well.
Well, it's boys and girls, of course, in the junior leagues. And of course, our very own Widnes Wild women will be taking part yet again in the Premier League, not the Elite League, it's the Premier League, alongside the Kingston Diamonds, Whitley Squaws this year, Sheffield Shadows, Nottingham Vipers, Milton Keynes Falcons, Bracknell Firebees and the Chelmsford Cobras. And that was a tough league last year.
It was. Some very competitive games there as well.
And of course, if you want any more details, don't forget to check out our website, widneswild.co.uk, and we've got our community section, we've got our fan zone sections, and of course, as we get more details on away travel, we will let you know. And if you're interested in going away on the bus when that's advertised, if you're a season ticket holder, it'll be £5, and for a non-season ticket holder, it's £6. And for any child with a paying adult, it is £1.
Bargain.
And yeah, I mean, for someone like myself, thinking about two places in particular, Bradford, which can be a little tricky to park, and going over to Hull, to be honest, I do actually enjoy the drive over there because it's
on straight road, isn't it?
It's autopilot for me anyway, as a home from home.
Well.
But you know, it's a good day out.
Yeah. Don't want to drop any names, but I flew from Liverpool Airport by Concorde round Scotland, and it took us 13 minutes to get over to Humber. And that's pretty good going, and we weren't reaching max speed either.
Oh my goodness, that would be something special. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the game against Bradford because they have strengthened this year.
Yeah,
they really have strengthened.
Budgie's back.
Budgie's back. Yeah, we love Budgie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a good atmosphere because of course they've got the likes of Ian Budgie Thurkettle and Mark Higson, who are ex-Witness based players, and a lot of Joe Charlton, if memory serves, is still with them. I'm pretty sure Joe. Let's just have a quick look at the game sheet.
It's got the computer again.
There we go. So yeah, we've got the likes of Rhys Kearney-Witter, player that's known in our neck of the woods, Liam Salt, Gez Evans, Thomas Mittrick.
He's a good one, isn't he?
Ryan Kemp, Dean Boothroyd. No, these are people that we know from around these areas, across the league. And Andy Brown.
Yep.
So yes, it's going to be an interesting game, that one, when the Bulldogs are back, because last year they did kind of bite us in the
proverbials.
Exactly, with a couple of games. So definitely worth coming down and being in good voice.
Yes.
Always like it when we're in good voice.
They do seem to be quite competitive games. Yes, I think it was a while back. We watched some fantastic games between the two. We have won a few quite convincingly, and then we go there thinking we're going to beat them convincingly well, and they just walk right the floor with us.
Yeah, it's that. As I've said it week in, week out about Bradford rink. It is probably the unique rink in the country.
Yeah, it's an enigma.
Yeah, it's unique and an enigma. How on earth that rink? I'm not having a go, by the way, guys, Bradford.
No.
But that rink, where it is, with it being on the brow, on top of it's the shops, the bingo hall, ex-cinema bingo hall, and then the rink on top. It's like, I still don't know whose idea it was to put the rink there.
Who needs Laser Quest when you've got Bradford's ice rink?
But we've got plenty of good fixtures coming up over the coming season. So if you want to give us a shout, if you want to shout out for any birthdays as well, or special anniversaries as we have this evening,
just as I've done, happy birthday Emma again.
Yeah, drop them through radio@witnesswild.co.uk. I do apologise sometimes if I don't get to them in time, but there are so many things to manage on the radio each week. Just seeing, for some reason my email has become AWOL there. But yes, once again a special shout out, I think, in the last few minutes to the big sponsors that we had at the game. YKK, it was great to see
visiting,
them. And of course Halton Hospice with their fundraising, and hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of them throughout the season. Of course, we usually have our representatives from all our other sponsors there throughout the season as well. And I think, to be honest, everyone did a top job last night at the game, didn't they?
Yes.
I mean, the final minute was rather hairy in more ways than one. I mean, we were coasting at 4-2, and next thing it was 4-3. It's like, and then we had a few seconds to go, and almost
a few more.
Yeah, and then the final dying seconds,
Croydon saved it.
Yeah, but that's the love of hockey.
Yeah.
You never know it. You've got to play for 60 minutes, and as the
I watched the game once. It was when Nicole Jackson was our netminder.
Oh yeah,
and there was 4.9 seconds left on the clock. There was a face-off for us in the opponent's defence. They got the puck though, and he had a shot at goal, and Nicky saved it, and it was at 4.6 seconds. So literally 0.3 of a second less. than 4.9. So it only took less than 5 seconds to get down to the ice and to get a shot in.
I've seen it from a face-off. Hull Stingrays against Newcastle Vipers. First face-off, won the puck, straight in, bang, goal.
Yeah.
But that's happened again in the last minute of a game, and some clocks don't count down in points of a second, like the Widnes clock.
Mm-hmm.
And they've hit stop, and it's been like 0.5 of a second left, and the buzzer ain't gone.
Nope.
That buzzer hasn't gone, so the goal counts.
Yep.
So
the fat lady sings.
Oh, aye, so you got to play to the buzzer. Well, that's about it for another week here on Time to Go Wild Radio. I hope everyone's enjoyed the show this week, and thank you to Andy for sparing the
pleasure,
the time.
thank you all. Again, thanks to all the players who put in so much time and effort. Thanks to all the volunteers, all the officials, both the in-house ones and the ones who come to visit, like the referees. And again, most of all, to all the sponsors and to all the fans. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
And thank you to Andy's family for allowing him to come out to play when he should be at his at a birthday do.
Yeah, thank you to them.
1, 2 or 3 to play out with.
2.
You want 2? A little bit of an excess? Will that do?
Yeah, that'll do.
So
is that Steve Aspinall, XS, extra small? Sorry, Steve.
We love Steve Aspie.
We do.
He does a sterling job with the Twitter every week.
Yeah.
So I'll be back on Thursday from 9 with my Box of Delights, and back again, of course, next Monday with more Time to Go Wild Radio, and people keeping an eye on me.
Yeah.
We'll find out who it is in the week. So from us for this week,
bye, y'all.
And for me, ta-ra.